Hi Prakash sir, good evening.
Good evening, Ablash. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you doing?
Good.
I'm glad to be here with you. We've been discussing about doing this since quite some time, but finally I'm able to do this with you.
Yeah.
So I saw your pictures just 2 3 days ago, wherein you had a bag full of books at an exhibition you bought, and I was able to see that joy in your face that you've got content to read for the next few days or few weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for doing this with me. So my first question for you is, I know that you already have a channel which is into reviewing movies, but then why? What is your intention behind starting this channel, wherein you wanted to give reviews on books exclusively? So the purpose behind that.
See, books are very important. As far as movie reviews are concerned, you can see there are thousands of people who keep reviewing. Any film gets released. Within 1 or 2 hours, the movie is done. You can see at least some hundreds of reviews on them. So it's a. There isn't any dearth of such movie reviewers or so. But as far as coming to books is concerned, I don't think we have many of
And
them.
yes.
And I wanted to propagate this for the simple reason: reading is one thing which changes your life. It's a life changing aspect of. Apart from giving you some personal satisfaction or happiness or contentment, actually it helps you move up in life. So I thought, with this channel, if I can reach out to people who are, on the verge of making big, or they are at a crossroads, or they were just looking at something to listen to and pick up this habit.
Correct.
So that's the reason I just wanted to do this.
That's a fantastic thought, sir. So, but just curious to know, sir, around what age you've picked up this habit or hobby of reading books? You've picked up, it's great, but how are you being able to continue even now? And you're going stronger every year. So, what is the reason or motivation behind that?
So I think I'll not answer your question straight. I just wanted to say that I picked it up at an early age. You need to do it, but if you haven't done, no problems. There isn't any right age to start reading
Start.
books. Like, okay, so what I feel is reading is called also parallel learning, because we go to school,
Correct.
all of us, and school. The learning is confined to some curriculum, because they can't teach you everything under the sun. So generally in Indian context, basically our curriculum is driven towards learning something which will give you some employment.
Land a job.
So that's the reason most of us are get into some engineering colleges, or the rest will get into an MBA, or
Yes.
pursue medicine, or
Yes.
career oriented courses. And the parents also egg you to learn. They'll put you tuition onto maths or science or things like that. So our education system is, it's a confined. It runs in some boundaries.
Yeah.
So the rest of the things what you need to learn, which are important, which you will realize when you are out of college, when you are in the outside world, we should have learned so many things.
Yes.
So the purpose of this video is that also, parents who have young kids.
Correct.
So you should try and inculcate this habit right from the young age, because when you become a leader or a manager, or in general whatever role you play, it's all about dealing with people, dealing with your own emotions,
Correct.
and your ability to grasp and learn new things, your ability to keep focused, and your parallel reading habit will help you in all of these things.
That's really
So I
nice.
started it very young. I remember, like, right from when I was in fourth standard, there used to be a library next door, about a half a kilometer from my home. It was some Arya Samaj library. I used to come back from school at 4, throw my bag there, rush to the library, stay there for 2 hours, read whatever I could, catch hold of. I used to read everything under the sun. I don't know, how I got that kind of a passion, and I used to rush back home before my father reached from office, and take my, obviously, school books, and yeah.
That is something common, sir. What's common is coming back from school and throwing the bag and running away, coming back before the dad comes. But then you used to go and read, we used to do something else.
Yeah.
That is one thing that's common.
whichever something else, if you do it with a passion, or
Yes.
if you're playing with a real passion, and not
Yes.
just for the sake of playing, then you could turn into a sports star or whatsoever. So
Correct.
what I'm trying to say is, school doesn't have that kind of a time or a bandwidth to teach you
Correct.
things which are important. For example, we used to have a sports class in school, all of us. So you want to become a sportsman, that half an hour or 1 hour sports period will not help you.
Correct.
So you want to get up early in the morning, go to the stadium, get practiced, whether it's badminton, cricket, or whichever sport you want to, or you want to learn chess. So what I mean to say is, right from the childhood, if you are able to spare 2 or 3 hours for certain activity, it will help you grow up. It will keep you differentiated. It will help you focused. And book reading is the simplest thing.
Correct.
When I say this, people might say it's not as I mean, they might argue or debate.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you were to dedicate at least an hour a day, that will help you in a very, very big way in your
Fantastic.
personal life also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with this question, sir, you've also answered how readers get differentiated from non-readers. So thank you for answering this.
Readers are leaders. For example,
Yes.
if you look at leaders like Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or P.V. Narasimha Rao, and even if you were to look at film stars like Pavan Kalyan or Amir Khan, they're all voracious readers. I mean, so the list could be endless. Even techies like Bill Gates. So in fact, he runs a blog on what to read and what not to do. These guys are all voracious readers, and they have been there.
Correct. So every year, and sir, I remember Bill Gates posting something on social media on the books that he has finished this year,
Right.
and the books that he is going to pick up the coming year.
Right.
So yeah, that's a fantastic answer.
It helps you learn so many things in one life, because we got only one life to live.
Correct.
So you can't experience everything. You can't experience a World War One or World War Two. So obviously you have to read those books.
Yes.
Or the difficulties which generally people face, or the
Absolutely.
experiences which nice experiences also which people have,
Absolutely.
and some motivational stuff.
Correct.
If something is hindering you, I mean, for every problem, there's a solution in some book or the other.
Correct.
And again, for you to get entertained, enthralled, and live in a different kind of a world, again, books transport you into a different world. So when you're reading in a room for an hour silently, that's an amazing experience.
Correct. Fantastic viewpoint, sir.
Right.
What you said is you cannot live long enough to experience all the experiences yourself. So you read.
Somebody has made it easier.
Correct. That's fantastic. Sir, what's your suggestion for young readers or people who are wanting to pick up this habit now? So, are there any books that they need to pick up to start with, which will help them to move on this journey? Any particular books?
So if I say something, it will be a very generic thing. First of all, what you need to do is, in your nearby vicinity, catch hold of someone, your uncle or your dad or your friend or your boss, who has this reading habit. When you have a one-to-one conversation, he can find out what would be suitable for you. So first you want to get into this kind of a habit religiously for a month or so. What they say is, if you do something regularly for 21 days, it will become a habit. It has to become a habit.
Yes.
So every day you read at least 10 pages, 20 pages as a habit, and read what you can, what delights you, and which is simpler to start with, which is not a very voluminous book.
Correct.
Then you will get started. And there's a lot of help from a lot of blogs and reviews and things like that. For example, somebody at your age, you can have a combination of books to read. One, kind of fiction which will transport you into a different world.
Yes.
Or some kind of self-help books. For beginners, for you, I may recommend, if you're not already read, The Alchemist will be a very good book. It's a short one.
Yes.
About 100, 200 pages. It's a world famous book.
Correct.
It's a motivational book. At the same time, it's not preachy.
Yes.
The author cleverly wraps the motivational stuff
Around a story.
Around a story, an allegory, a fable.
Correct.
It's a fable actually.
Yes.
So, and for you, correct yourself or to motivate yourself to become effective, The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective People will be a very, very nice book.
Yeah.
So there are so many, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which will help you think about finances and how to take a corrective step at this point in time itself, so that you will grow rich.
Correct.
Right. So there are enough number of books. With this channel, there's an introductory video. I want to talk about books each book at a time, not give away the story, but give the gist and why one has to read this.
That's a great thought, sir.
There's one more book I forgot. That is, it is a cult book, The Fountainhead.
Okay.
Ram Gopal Verma is a big fan of that book.
Yes.
So
You've spoken about it a lot.
yeah.
So I'm not a regular movie goer, sir, but then based on your YouTube channel, the other one, RTC Crossroads, I've started reading reviews and I've started watching selective movies. So I'm sure with this channel, a lot of people will pick up this habit of reading. At least selective reading, they'll start doing it.
I'll be happy, and I think the purpose would be served that way.
Yes. Sir, another question for you is, so how is reading still relevant in today's time? My question being, because there are other ways of learning stuff, right? There are podcasts, there are YouTube reviews, wherein reviewers like you, they're giving a snapshot of the books, or there are other mediums of listening to books, or at least understanding what is there in the books. So why is still reading relevant in today's time?
These things have obviously made it simple. Reading an audiobook is an effortless job, but you might slip into sleep also, okay, listening to that. And YouTube, I mean, it will also give you pictorially, or it's filmed, it's a visual thing also, where, perhaps you want to watch World War II, the important milestones. So it's easier. But having said that, nothing can give you or replace the experience of reading a book. Because when you read a book, it gets imprinted in your mind, it stays with you for a long time. And reading a book is a very, very personal experience. It is a one-on-one. It is as though you're interacting with the author or with the book personally. You don't understand something, you can read that 10 times, which you can't do it on the audio or video.
Yes.
Or you can, certain things make you think, ponder. You can take a pause there.
Yes.
So your understanding of what is written could be different. There could be discussions with your own friends when you get to meet them. So you are in a tranquil atmosphere. See, reading is a very, very peaceful process. You can't read with disturbances around. So it is like a meditative. You are in a meditative state. So it is a de-stressing thing also, and it will give you a lot of focus. So mind you, because you want to read something at a stretch for an hour, it's not such an easy job.
It's difficult.
You have to be at peace with yourself. You have to be focused.
Yes.
So all these things will help you in your career, because you have to deal with so many situations where this kind of serenity or thinking with a cool head is required.
I know you since the past 10 years. I know that you've worked with a PSU for 15 plus years, and then you've moved on to real estate. So real estate, as we know, it is a demanding job, demanding in terms of time and energy as well. We don't know what time we go, what time we come back. So even amidst this busy schedule, how are you being able to read so much? And we also want to know, sir, how many books have you read this year? And have you achieved your target, or did you fall deficit?
Contentment is a big thing. It is not just about target. Target needs to be there. To answer your first question, there's always time if you want to make time. Okay. So then also I was in sales and marketing, and that's a very, as you know, you're into the same thing. It's a very demanding profession.
Yeah.
So you're doing a 24/7 job. But having said that, I think everybody, after doing his daily course and spending time on exercise, sports, etc., and go to the office, spending 8-9 hours there, still he has 3 to 4 hours of leisure. So what you do with leisure is your own prerogative.
Correct.
So people can't say, I don't have time. You must be doing something else with your leisure time. You must be just sleeping or binge watching something or whatever. So I'm not preachy here, but what I do with my leisure is at least I read for an hour or two every day religiously without fail. My target is to read at least 50 pages a day.
Oh.
Okay, it might not happen every day, but I try and do that. And last 10 years, my target has been to read about 36 books in a year, which I've been meeting by and large. This year already I had read 38, and I'm reading the 39th book.
Superb, sir.
Right.
That's nice. And what's your target for 2025?
The same 36 books, and I've already, as you've seen, I've bought some books in the book exhibition. Already I've listed down the 18 books I need to read out of these 36 books next year.
That's amazing. So thank you so much for this, and we look forward to your upcoming reviews detailed on a few select books that you're planning to do.
Yeah, you spread this particular message because it's going to be a life changer. and a game
Absolutely.
changer.
Absolutely.
So reading is something which everybody needs to do. I only wish like people like you should. I think you all already do read books, but increase the pace and
Yes.
spread this word around and motivate people around, the youngsters in particular.
Definitely, sir. This is very helpful. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, pleasure.